The story of my code is that a kangaroo and a grasshopper are deciding to move, and a scary bee scares the kangaroo and the grasshopper, and they decide to flee back to where they were. Um, so this is what it looks like. Mhm. So for the kangaroo and the grasshopper, my code uses repeats in both parts. Um, where in this part it moves forward 25 steps, changes size by 5, so it gets slightly bigger. And then the color effect is changed just by 1, just a small change. And then we wait a half a second. We repeat this 4 times until I click the B once the kangaroo is close to the B. And then the kangaroo says, okay, yeah, never mind. And in this repeat block, which runs 4 times, it moves back 25 steps each time. The size changes by -5, which means it gets smaller. And then the color effect is also changed by 1, just a small amount again. And then we wait half a second between each like repeat. It's for total of 4 times to end up in the original position. That's for the kangaroo. Grasshopper, pretty much the same thing, except the repeat blocks are repeated 3 times, and the grasshopper moves 35 steps, so 10 steps more than the kangaroo. The size also changes by 5, it gets a bit bigger. Color effect also changes by 1, and we wait half a second. Then once the kangaroo and the grasshopper are near the bee, they say, oops. Well, the grasshopper says, oops, never mind. Then in this repeat block, it moves back 35 steps for each repeat. The size decreases by 5, and the color effect changes by 1, and we wait half a second between each repeat. And then once the B is clicked, I modified this block of code. I created it so it repeats 6 times, but it buzzes, then it changes into its next costume where it just like yeah, and then the it turns left, sorry, it turns left 60 degrees to go in a circle, 360 degrees. That's why I repeat 6 times. And as it turns 60 degrees in each like iteration, it moves 50 steps. We wait about a third of a second, then the bee says boo to scare off the kangaroo and the grasshopper. So in total, once again, it looks like this. And so one thing I struggled, well, I didn't really struggle, but something I assumed a student would struggle with is um specifically getting back to the original position that the sprite was in. Um, so I couldn't find a reset button in any of these um I guess modules. So pretty much what I did was for this repeat, everything that occurred, I basically did the opposite for the next repeat. So if I move 25 steps forward, I would move 25 steps backward. But like towards the end, like in total, it moves 200 steps. We make it return 200 steps. The size changes by a total of 20, increasing. Um, then it decreases by 20 in the end. Colors, same thing. Um, Same amount of wait times as well. Um, and looks like that should be all. Like something else was that student might be confused with, which did confuse me at the beginning, was that for the B, I originally had it turn 90 degrees 4 times, thinking like, oh, 360, it should be a circle. But if you do 90 degrees 4 times, that makes the B move in a square format.